Hey, all you richest you money maniacs, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the royal family in crisis. Okay, let's get right down to it. The royal family in crisis is kind of an oxymoron. It never happens. The royal family is never really in crisis. They have so many assets around the world that them being in crisis is really just a joke. Okay, so let's really put this in perspective, shall we? This is one of the wealthiest established families in the entire world. They've been at it for hundreds and hundreds of years. You can be sure that their networking is complete. There's no real crisis of them actually losing money ever in the future, or streams of revenue or businesses or assets. They are set not only for their own lives, but for the next million generations, okay? Because they were divine. They were chosen by their creator to be the rulers. But really what's interesting is the Duke and Duchess moving away from the public money, away from the royal family's sources of income, and generating their own, establishing themselves as a revenue generation entity. But the wonderful thing about it is everybody's all focused on the money and what's the best place. They want to go to Canada and that'll save them best on taxes. And a weird one that came up was about divorce. Why would you even mention that? Why are people so eager to imagine the things that they don't want? And then when you talk to them about imagining things they do want, they make fun of you and call you foo-fooey or fluffy or you're a dreamer. But they love imagining things that they don't actually want. That's not the point. So the Duke and Duchess are separating themselves and they're moving to Canada, but they still are required to be protected in some form or fashion because they are internationally protected individuals, because they're so famous. Now see, I had mentioned this in other videos too, that when you become wealthy, one of the reasons is you want to keep your wealth to yourself, Graham Stephan, is because people will target you to extract that money, to extort that money from you, to steal it from you, to hack into your computers, to find out ways to take things away from you after you go to the trouble of building them. Robert Kiyosaki had that happen with the communist regime in China. He actually went to the trouble of investing in millions of dollars in finding a gold mine. And as soon as they found the gold, they said, if you don't bribe this certain government official, this amount, then we're going to seize this mine and we're just going to take all the gold. And you know what? He decided, no, I'm going to take the high road. We do honest business. We do everything morally, and I'm not going to buy into that. I don't really think that you mean that. We're not going to bribe this person. And guess what they did? They took the mine, and now they have all the gold that he paid to find. So people, governments, everybody, as soon as they know you have something, you have to learn how to protect yourself. You know, another great example I've talked about with that? Jeffree Star. 2-point-something million worth of product stolen even before it was released. So keep that in mind. When you're someone like the Duke or Duchess, you can't really pull away completely because everywhere you go, people know who you are. Somebody is going to know who you are, and then they're going to leverage that information, because this is the information age, right? To be able to profit from it for themselves. And why not? It's just good business, right? They're famous. People want to know what they're doing, so I'll sell information. They're in Morocco this week, or they're in Spain this week, or that's the same thing, or they're in Africa, or they're in wherever they're at, right? They're in Canada now, which is great for taxes and great for divorce in case you were interested in moving to Canada. So the point here really is the money is secondary. Really what you're getting to witness is the truth of the silver spoon. That's what's happening with this unfolding of this story with the Duke and Duchess. It's really exciting because it's a perfect example of, even if you took away all of the money and taxed the rich so they had no money left, and you took all their businesses and stripped them of everything, in 5 years, they'd have it back again. I know I said that in a video earlier. And a lot of people put thumbs down. No, that's not true. We don't like the way you say things. Listen, I'm only giving you what I know to be absolutely true. I also am only giving you examples that I use in my own life, information I know for sure is true. So here's the truth of the silver spoon. You ready for this? It's not money. Do you know what it is? It's information, right? It's reputation, it's credibility, and it's programming. Now, when I say programming, what do I mean? I mean, from when they were little, they were told, you are special. You're a duke. You're going to be a duchess. You're going to be royal family. You are worthy of these amazing experiences, of these mountains of money, of all these assets all around the world, of people worshiping you and wishing they were you and wishing they could just be close to you and wishing they could be friends. You are worthy because you are my child. You are royal. You are always better than everyone else. It doesn't matter how hard you try to separate yourself from this family, you will always have royal blood. You can completely go off the grid and live in a cave for 100 years and come out, and as soon as you have a child or a baby, or as soon as you come back out, you're still royal blood, which means that the money follows, the assets follow, the businesses follow. I mean, look at what's happening to them. They've already trademarked whatever it was, Royal Duchess line or whatever, right? It doesn't even matter. They could come up with any phrase and it will make them money instantaneously. Why? Because people want to buy their stuff. They want to be close to them. They're so famous around the entire globe that all they have to do is market a couple words and people will pay money for it. All the biggest department stores, all the biggest brands are going to want their finger in on that. You can be sure that the Duke and Duchess will never have need of anything, right? They will be making money immediately before they even get out of the gate. I'll bet you there are pre-agreements before they even start developing products that we want to be the ones who are going to supply the products to the general public because we're going to put our percentage on top of it in the retail industry, right? They're getting paid just to create ideas with certain companies and not others, right? Nordstrom or Macy's or whoever it is that they are working with, right? It doesn't matter. There's so much money flying at them. They would never, ever have to tap another penny from the royal family ever again. And their children, then children, and their children's children, their grandchildren, their great-great-great-great-grandchildren will never, ever have to want for money. Because once you have that kind of reputation and that kind of confidence, right? A family who tells you from when you're born, you are special, you are above everybody else, you are more than worthy, you are a gift from God, you are a miracle. Imagine if you were programmed from when you were little to feel confident like you can do better and then to have the actual manifestation of it in your life. When you walk down the street, well, people, there's so-and-so, let's get pictures. And when you drive in a car, it's the best kind of car. Everywhere you go, you have to have security. Oh, watch out, so-and-so's coming. How do you think that would make you feel? So when they say, we've decided to kind of go it on our own and we want to establish ourselves, Listen, kudos to them, but the fact of the matter is you'll never get away from that name. You'll never get away from the royal blood running through your veins, and you'll never get away from the general public viewing you as godlike. All right? So everything you touch, you're the Midas. You're the Midas touch. Everything you touch is going to turn to gold. Everything you talk about, people are going to want to interview you just because they want to sell their book or get an interview with you or listen to you speak or sell tickets to you speaking or whatever. It doesn't matter what they do. They will always make money because of who they are and what family they're part of. Now think about that for yourself. The power of that kind of credibility, right? The power of that kind of awareness, of general public awareness. That's where the internet actually helps to level the playing field, right? It used to be just royals or just really rich people or just really powerful people would be able to get the word out and build large audiences. But now you see that every day with YouTube. You see it every day with social media. People with large audiences listening to them speak, right? Richest you, right here. That's what we're hoping. Actually have the ability to draw other streams of revenue, other business interests, other concerns, because you have two extremely valuable things in the internet revolution: awareness and credibility. So if you want the same thing that the Duke and Duchess have, all you have to do, number one, is believe in yourself, right? You've got to understand that you are worthy and be confident about that you're worthy and that you can figure it out. You may not know how right this second, but guess what? You'll figure it out. And then also take the action steps to build awareness. Build a voice for yourself. Practice it. Make videos. Even if they're not very good, it doesn't matter. You get better as you go. The more you do it, the better you get at it, right? At anything. Plus, the more you focus on something, the better not only you get at it, but the more you get of it. So if you're focused on building an audience, you're going to get more of an audience. Then once you build that audience and that audience believes that you're a credible source of information, guess what follows? Money. And not just advertising dollars and not just sponsorships, but opportunities that you would never have guessed might come your way. You may be offered to participate in a partnership for a business that has nothing to do with your audience and your awareness and all of that credibility and everything there. You may be offered a partnership in a business that actually starts generating tons and tons of money, and it's only because they know who you are and they like the way you think and they know that you've got credibility and awareness online, and they don't even need to use that. They just were looking for somebody who would fill that particular slot and work as a partner to do this and help them do the same thing for their business. Do you see what I mean? There's all kinds of possibilities that you may never think of, and that's another beautiful thing. They are starting, the Duke and Duchess are starting out on their own, and what they're beginning to realize is that there's a limitless amount of opportunities available to them because of who they are. Now you need to do the same thing. Build up your awareness and credibility and your silver spoon and make it so that you have more and more opportunities available to you. Because one of the things a lot of people have a challenge with is that they'll see an opportunity and they think, oh, I can make a lot of money with this opportunity. I better jump on it. This is my life-changing chance right here, this one moment, this defining moment. No, that's not it at all. There's always another opportunity. Trust me, I have been through it myself. Time after time after time again, all the different businesses that I've owned and all the different businesses that have failed and then all the different businesses that have been successful, right? There's always another opportunity. It's all about the way you think, right? So that silver spoon we're talking about with the Duke and Duchess really has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with the way they think and what's in their heart. They believe in who they are. And they're reinforced by external sources, including their family, including the media, including the public, that they are special and they should feel special and that they should expect to be treated special. Now, what you need to do is build up your awareness and credibility so people start to feel the same way about you. And why not? Life is meant to be enjoyed. We're here to enjoy this experience. You know what? Good for them. I think it's a wonderful thing that they're having that adventure, that they're going to learn how business really works, and they're going to win. They're going to win. They already have won. They're being often offered millions and millions of dollars just to go ahead and do what they're doing. Look at the press it's getting. My God, if they were Instagram influencers, they'd be rich just off every single post that they make. $1 million per picture. Can you imagine that? The Duke and Duchess making $1 million after every picture that they post? I mean, come on, maybe they need to reconsider that, their social media presence. Just a suggestion, if you're not into that, that's cool. Don't do that. But the point here is that the silver spoon for the Duke and Duchess is not the money at all. It's not made of silver at all. It's how they've been raised. It's how they've been programmed. It's their awareness and credibility, and it's their attachment through their bloodline to a royal family, right? So why don't you just start your own royal family? Start your own divine royal bloodline. Just go for it and see, you know what? You'll be surprised. People will not just fall for it. I don't want to say that because that diminishes it. You're a royal bloodline anyway. God created you, and so you're special already. You're already a miracle. Why not own it and make your own awareness and credibility and royal bloodline? So that's the silver spoon. That's what I wanted to share with you. And I hope that it helps put in perspective exactly what's going on with the Duke and the Duchess. They will never have to struggle just because they're a Duke and a Duchess. Even if they never take another penny from the royal family. They have been programmed since they were little to believe that they are special and that they can do pretty much anything. So kudos to them. Hey, if you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you like the channel, definitely subscribe so you can know every time we put up a new video. Also, if you're really interested in learning more about money and how to master your own finances, we have an amazing course with the link down below. It's called The Richest You Mastering Money. And I promise that you will learn information in that course that you've never heard anywhere else. I'm really, really proud of that course. I'm really, really proud of this channel. I'm very excited to share this information with you, especially since I know it to be true from my own life experience. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.